Hey there, today I'll show you how to upgrade your ASUS TUF 15 gaming laptop. So here we have the 32 gig RAM and the 1 terabyte SSD. So this is basically all you'll need to upgrade it, including the screwdriver which you will need to open the ASUS TUF 15 gaming laptop. So once you get it open, the first thing you should do is ensure that you disconnect the power source. So check on the battery plug and ensure that you unplug that so that there's no power source to the motherboard. And once you have removed the power source, then you're basically good to go. So if you were to see here on the ASUS TUF 15, there are two slots for the RAM. So there are two RAM slots, one the onboard 8 gig, and then you also have another slot for you to upgrade your RAM. So like I said, I have the 32 gig RAM, which I will then now insert into the slot. Once inserted, you can then now make sure that it's in place, and then you would hear a click right after you push it down, which you would know that it's now in place, and then you would just need to secure it with the knobs on the sides. And thereafter, just ensure that you do cover it with the cover that's in place so that there are no dust particles or any particles that would interfere with your RAM. Then you would move on to remove the screw from where you can upgrade your SSD. So once that screw is removed, you can then take your SSD upgrade and insert it into the slot. So here I'm showing you the SSD, which you would then, there's only one way to put it. You don't need to worry about how to put this because there is no other way. So once you put it into the slots, you can see there on the left, it's sort of like a lock and key that forces it to be placed in that way only. So you cannot sort of flip it. It will not go in. So once you have put it in there, you will then need the screw that you've removed so that you screw the SSD in place. And you would obviously need a screwdriver for that. And just ensure that you close that and keep the SSD in place. And then you're done. So just do not forget to plug back the power source. So now we're done with the RAM upgrade and the SSD upgrade, and then the power source can be plugged back in. And once that's plugged in, then you can basically switch your laptop on. I was struggling there for a while to put it in place and to ensure that it is in place. So just double check and ensure that everything is in place. It will also make a click once it's in place. And thereafter you can cover your laptop. Just ensure that every other covering is in place and covering every place that it needs to. And then you can cover it. And as you can see here, the space is still not yet registered, so you'll need to go to disk management. And once you go into disk management, follow the prompts on the screen there. And once you're on the screen, all you need to do is click OK, and then the new SSD will then be added onto your laptop. And thereafter, you'll be able to see, if you go to System, you'll be able to see your total RAM upgraded. So this was upgraded to 40 gig, and you can also see the space is then upgraded. The new disk space is also available.